This is just a demonstration of one of the challenges in working with wood stain is what I call working blind. You're working blind. If you're working with a white canvas or white paper, whether it be watercolor, acrylic, or oils, you can see what it is that you're putting on the canvas. So I'll demonstrate what I mean with this. So this paintbrush is loaded with just water. There's a gradation I've put here, and it stops around here, and I want it to go further and to blend this area. So the first thing I have to do, and really pardon the shaking of the camera, I'm having to use one of my hands for the camera. So and I don't have my painting vessels right in front of the painting due to splashing and that kind of thing. They have to be sort of farther away from the substrate so that I don't have any splashing accidents. If I'm working in oils, of course, on a canvas, then I can scrape things off and wait for it to dry and put another color on top. That's not the case with this. So the first thing I have to do is wet the area, and wet way beyond the area that I want to do. And I have to make sure that my edges are sort of feathered out, and there aren't any harsh lines of water. Everything has to be very graded. So I still have a way to go. Let's see here. So I'm having to wet all of this before I apply the stain, because I'm not doing a solid shape. I'm doing a gradation. Now, the gradation that I had here ends somewhere around here, but I can no longer see it because now everything is wet and everything becomes dark. So I'm going to grab my brush with my stain. Pardon the clicking of my porcelain vessels here. And so now I have my stain, and I have to sort of remember whereabouts the gradation was and to what degree, and start putting in the stain. And as you can see, you can barely see, if anything, even depending on the light in the room, where I'm actually putting the stain. So I'm working blind in this medium. You have to sort of not hope for the best, but you have to sort of get your technique down and be very careful and work very lightly, because once you go dark, the fibers of the wood take it, and then there's nothing you can do. It's just like watercolor, where it's very unforgiving. So I've put down some, and I have to sort of go back. Again, pardon me, I've only got two hands. And now here's some water again, and I'm having to go over this and make sure that everything feathers out nicely. And again, now I have to wait for it to dry so that I know what I actually did. So in working with this medium, you really are working blind. You have to wait. I have to wait for all of this to dry to see, okay, was it intense enough? Did I start too far away? Should I have started maybe putting, it here? What am I missing? So it's a very slow process, and you're working blind.